In the last few hours, or maybe the past few days, it seems like Xbox players are getting more and more issues, in particular about save games. And a lot of them are being upset that they're losing so many hours in the first place. Here we go, this is what I saw. I just had to fucking reset my entire game by uninstalling it because I'm out of room for save space. Bullshit. I deleted a different game that was 20 gigs and yet it still gave me this shit. But it wouldn't let me screenshot. I deleted save data and still gave me this, so I uninstalled it all and booted it up just to see everything has been deleted. Can't wait to play it again after taking a break from this game. Wow. As usual, the comments are fucking unhelpful. This is interesting to read, wondering if it's to the compiling shaders bug. That could be. That's interesting. Delete a game you don't play? He did. Damn, man. I didn't know Xbox was that bad. Or maybe they're just making it seem that bad. I have no idea, honestly. Wow. Here's this one. Starting to get frustrated with Stalker 2 on Xbox. Game is still crashing in restock when looking in stash. Game also just crashed in Pripyat right outside the base. I get a weird bug that turns my AP556 into standard when changing attachments on my Kurod. I get weird gameplay bugs where NPCs are floating about 1 foot off the ground, and random magazines floating in the air with no weapons attached to them. The menu is still super laggy. I'll open up the inventory or the PDA and you hit the button and nothing happens for like 5 seconds. This is getting ridiculous. They release patch after patch and nothing is fixed. Oh, and also the menu is still bugged where you have to change your audio settings every time you restart the game. It's like these patches do nothing. These small bugs should be patched by now. My patience is wearing thin. Few of the comments are corroborating this, saying that they're also having crashes, they're also having bugs, etc. With some even saying just to move on to another fucking game. Let's go buy Xbox and see what happens. Apparently it's unplayable on controller. Apparently it's unplayable after a patch from 2 months ago. Running at 25 FPS, holy fucking shit. Inferior hardware. Here, let's go for this relatively neutral thread. Stalker 2 on Xbox. I don't own an Xbox, so I'm ready to invest in one to experience this game, but it hasn't been patched in an optimal way yet. I basically would like to hold off on purchasing until it's cleaned up. People are saying I'd hold off until halfway through the year, still need some work, still a lot of work needed. Seems to be a hit or miss based off other people's comments. The one person that said it was great, the original poster said, interesting, this is contrary to what everyone else is saying. Almost unplayable, genuinely trying to enjoy the game, however the level of polish is abysmal. Random crashes requiring full console restarts, quests still being bugged after recent patches, and extreme freight rate chug. So what's interesting is that the trilogy itself is actually having issues too, so for whatever reason. Still more bugs in PC version, still censorship, still no multiplayer. This guy who's been playing through Shadow of Chernobyl, it's froze on him and it's been more broken on Xbox than Stalker 2. Only had 2 crashes for Stalker 2, but in Shadow of Chernobyl crashes, multiple freezes, NPCs not moving. But everything has been able to be fixed with a reload or restart. And this is 12 hours ago. That's really interesting. I thought the original games were more polished. Holy shit, dude. Are deadzones still a problem? I thought they fixed that. That's been months since they talked about fixing those. Holy shit. Ever since the game released last year, I've tried to play it, and for a good while I did. After the right stick drift was fixed, I had a blast with the game. Now all of a sudden, a new glitch was introduced. The left stick drift. This has to do with how poorly this game handles dead zones. It has no settings for that, and for an FPS game, that's just insane. I've played over 20 games that I've installed, and I get absolutely no drift in any of them. Tried a gamepad testing software and still nothing. My controller was in normal parameters. I don't know much about game development, but how hard is it to actually implement dead zone options? They're saying a big patch is coming soon. If it doesn't include dead zone options, or at least do the bare minimum, I will have to move on and forget about this game. At least for a year or so. Damn. And this was 4 days ago. I completely missed this post. Well, no, see, that's probably why it didn't get upvoted at all. It seems like anybody who actually has problems, they there's just you never really see it, you know? That's one of the things I don't like about Reddit. If it's not glazing whatever the fuck it is, 90% of the time you won't ever see it unless you dig and dig. Comments are saying to adjust the sensitivity, check the controller, fucking play with keyboard and mouse on console. Yeah. Yeah, well, what a great idea. Should I wait on Stalker 2? Wow. See, but then you still have posts like this. They say that there's you can like start on it, but it still has many of the same bugs as the other platforms. Still game-breaking bugs and quality of life fixes needed. Currently, the game runs fine for 20 to 40 hours until a certain point, after which there are profound world state changes and a lot of changes to the balancing. That's interesting. Invisible NPCs, too. Stalker 2 is still in a state that it should be called a beta. 120 hours spent forcing my playthrough with bug fixing thanks to Xbox PC crossplay and UE tools. Or else I would be hard stuck without going 12 hours back. Latest patch still has major bugs like items just disappearing from your inventory. The worst part is that the quests you use a lot of time on that just don't get completed. It's a shame because the game could be so good. Wait another 6 months and maybe the game is playable. Don't bother. The sub has proven to me that gamers have accepted buggy, unfinished, and false promises as the new norm for gaming, and if you're not willing to wait till the game is fixed, then you're a whiny asshole. But hey, don't forget to vote on Game of the Year based on future potential. Yeah, that's fucking true, man. In my opinion, the saddest thing is to see how now in the world of gaming, we consumers have agreed to be beta testers for products that we pay 70 or 80 euros for. Yes, I love GSC too, but we have to admit that the state of this game is truly a disaster today. I had to start the game 3 times because the main quests were buggy, and I can't even continue. For goodness sake, I don't want everything right away, and I don't expect much, but I would at least like to play without saying, oh no, now I have to wait for the next big patch or start from scratch if I want to move forward. Yeah, well, that's that's unfortunate, huh? On Xbox Series X, I've had a few crashes from specific anomalies. One instance where the game refused saving, needed to delete older saves to make room. Some slowing down in certain areas when I was very overloaded, and some quest markers that wouldn't go away. This was on my first playthrough. In my second playthrough, I'm experiencing some other bugs that mostly deal with graphics. One almost hardlock bug where the bridge boards over the sewage area and the Moontide base were destroyed before I almost went over it. Managed to parkour, thankfully. Other than these, and the sniper enemies game has been great. So weird that different bugs pop up for different people. I find it's mostly PC people though. Yeah, it really is weird, but I mean, that is kind of how they work, right? This guy got downvoted, and so did this guy. Very, very interesting.